what is up guys? Welcome back to another dark and darker video. Today we're going to be talking about Hotfix 20. So there was a lot of changes and we're going to be going over everything you need to know before you enter your next game, everything you need to know if you start changing into a new class, and just everything you need to know about this hotfix, because there's going to be a lot of meta changes that are going to change the game and change what is best right now. To put it short, we have a couple of decent little hotfixes. It is not a huge patch. I'm actually just waiting for the massive patch coming in mid-November. And to be honest, I don't really care too much about this hotfix, but I'm very excited for the giant patch coming mid-November. At least that's what they made it sound like. I really hope it meets expectations. I'm super excited for it. Anyways, we have the bolts from vendors selling from, it was a glitch where they would sell 15 for 20 gold, but now they're selling for 20 for 20 gold, which is the correct amount. And we also have a fix several cases where items could disappear in your inventory. So basically, whenever you get like a little bit of lag, you could possibly lose your items you got from a raid, which is absolutely ridiculous, and that should not be in the game because it is literally a looter escape extraction, so should not have that. But anyways, we have fixed an issue where the utility items would abruptly appear in the hand when equipped. Never really had that problem myself, but it's always good to see some glitches fixed. Fixed an issue where adrenaline spike would not activate properly. That is very bad for those fighters using adrenaline spike. Fixed an issue where the hand crossbow mastery. So basically, I'm just gonna briefly say that these are all just fixes of glitches. So just a bunch of glitches. If you want to look over them, you can look over them, but I'll put them right here. Anyways, we're gonna talk about the classes now, and right here we have the Barbarian. The Barbarian was actually quite a bit debuffed, not an insane amount, but pretty much what is meta right now. So blood exchange was lowered for the rate per hit from 15% to 10%. The maximum health rate for 8 seconds has been changed from 25% to 30%. And the blood exchange skill tier has been changed from 1 to 5. It now takes longer to recover the skill when using a campfire. Before, if you didn't know, it would take like 2 seconds to literally sit down and instantly recover it. But now you have to wait longer, just like the E for the fighter when you're using the healable as well. So on top of that, Barbarians also got the Achilles strike duration changed from 4 to 2.5 seconds. So what is this gonna do? So Achilles strike is basically meta right now. You have to get Achilles strike or not, you're pretty much trolling. I mean, if you don't have Achilles strike, you're literally trolling. And if you don't have a blood exchange, you could use a numerous amount of different things instead of blood exchange. But blood exchange is kind of meta, but also people like using rage instead. It just really depends on what you prefer to play like. I've been using blood exchange, so this is a little bit of a sad moment for me, but I do switch from rage to blood exchange back and forth once in a while, so it's not the end of the world, so I do not mind at all. Anyways, we do get quite a bit of a Barbarian debuff, and so hopefully this causes the Barbarian meta to kind of disappear a little bit, but I know it's not. Everyone loves Barbarian. I'm probably still going to be playing Barbarian, and I'm sure many other people are still going to be playing Barbarian. That's not going to change. And then we have the Fighter. So the Fighter actually got a debuff, which I did not see this coming at all. I mean, really, the Fighter has not been insane or overpowered at all. I just did not expect this for the Fighter. The Fighter has never been OP like any of the wipes, I don't think ever. I mean, he's always been decent and he's never been bad at all. I think the Fighter is very solid, but to be honest, I don't think they really needed to debuff any of the Fighter's abilities. The adrenaline rush was decreased, which is a little lame. Dual wield was also decreased in the speed, and the second wind was also decreased in the amount of healing, which is really dumb in my opinion. I think Fighter should definitely keep its abilities where it's at. I've never had a problem with the Fighter being overpowered. I've had a lot of fighters be decent, and then there's some skilled fighters who just know how to play their class right, but honestly, I don't think it's broken. I don't think it deserved a debuff, but you know, that's what the devs thought and that's what they did. So that's for the Fighter. And Sorry for all the fighters mains, I know there's a lot, but I'm pretty sure that they're just trying to kill the Slayer meta that pretty much half of the fighters are using, but I don't think it's necessarily broken. I think it's just a different variation of how you can play fighter and a fun different way to play fighter. So honestly, I'm a little sad about that, but let me know what you guys think. I personally don't think it was necessary. Wizards. So next we're gonna talk about wizards. Wizards actually got a buff. Yeah, you heard that right. All the people getting two-shotted by wizards, they're now going to be even stronger. So if you don't know, they actually got a debuff in the recent patch where they got basically their haste ruined, which haste is one of their biggest things that they need to use so that they can constantly keep moving around, constantly not getting hits, and constantly being overpowered, being able to spray spells and get away with it at any moment. So that was why the wizard was so overpowered and why everyone loved the wizard, but without haste, it became not as good. But now they have added back the fire mastery now works with zap and ignite. The wizard fire mastery now reduces the amount of healing received by burned enemies by 50%. Wizard haste now grants 5% movement speed bonus, 10% action speed bonus, and 10% casting speed bonus. So that is actually going to make the wizard haste a lot more nicer. So I think that'll be a bit of a buff for the wizard. I don't know how much this is going to help the wizard, but I definitely know it's going to help them quite a bit. So let me know what you guys think about that one. Honestly, I already get pretty much almost two-shotted by wizards every single time, so I'm a little scared to see what's to come. And honestly, maybe I might go give wizard a try because that is absolutely terrifying. Also, if you're enjoying the gameplay in the background, I was a completely naked ranger and I was going against multiple geared players and it was a lot of fun. I was just kind of messing around and kind of harassing a lot of players with the naked archer. Ranger is just so overpowered right now and he is a lot of fun. We're gonna get to that very shortly as well. Cleric. Next, we have basically Cleric got a bunch of useless buffs. I mean, they want people to start using Locust Swarm more and Earthquake. Earthquake is decent, but Locust Swarm, literally no one uses it. So I don't think anyone's going to start using it simply because of the fact that they buffed it a little bit. It just isn't worth it. But maybe it is. Maybe it will change the meta and clerics will start using that now. I don't know. Anyways, we have the Barb next, and the Bard has a lot of buffs. Pretty much everything you can think of, the Bard got buffed in. The Bard is making a comeback possibly here. Gonna get a lot stronger, a lot better buffs. So we're gonna see if this is gonna help the Bard come back into the meta. And I'm gonna put a screenshot of all the Bard's buffs if you guys do want to check it out if you're a Bard main. But this could possibly be bringing back Bard buff ball even more than it already was. I mean, Bard buff ball was already a problem, so I don't know what's gonna happen from here. Little scared. We'll see how it goes. Next, we have the Warlock. Warlock's Evil Eye costs a change from 3 to 1. Warlock's Hellfire cost from 10 to 4. And Warlock's Life Drain from 5 to 4. And Curse of Pain from 5 to 3. So Warlock actually got a little bit of a buff. The Ray of Darkness damage per second changed from 7 to 6. Warlock Ray of Darkness damage takes cycle changed from 0.2 to 0.1. Warlock Ray of Darkness attribute ratio bonus changed from 0.5 to 1. So is this going to bring the Warlock back to the meta? Probably not. I don't think Warlock is ideal right now, technically, but he's not bad either. I mean, I think the Warlock is in a weird state right now where some people are going to be playing them, some people don't really want to play them, and I don't think he's going to be meta for quite a while. And it's really sad to see because the Warlock just barely finished its brand new character. I mean, it got all these updates. It became a really cool class that everyone wanted to play. And then now it's just played by literally no one. I feel like no one's playing the Warlock anymore. And it's pretty sad to see. So I guess we're gonna have to see what is going to happen from here. But for now, Warlock is kind of not in the meta. I think Bard is gonna be back. Cleric is still basically in the exact same place. And Fighter got a random debuff. Barbarian got a debuff, but it was well deserved. And that's pretty much gonna be it, guys. I mean, I think that these meta changes, some of them made sense, some of them did not at all. So to summarize this patch notes, basically the Warlock is basically still not meta. Cleric basically had no change. Fighter got a debuff for no reason, in my opinion. Barbarian got a much needed debuff. Bard is possibly back stronger than ever with damage, and the scaling is going to be way bigger, so it's probably going to be a lot of more solo bards like you saw earlier. And of course we have the wizard, which the wizard is going to be very scary. I'm probably going to play a little bit of wizard, but he's going to be a massive counter to the buff ball meta. I think most of all, the wizard is going to be a little bit scary to handle, but we're going to have to see. Let me know what you guys' thoughts on the recent patch notes, and if you guys think they are worth it. Also, I had a ton of fun in this game. If any of you guys are watching this footage, basically everyone died that I was fighting. I just thought it was funny, dude. I was just messing around with a naked archer, and somehow I accidentally got everyone killed. I'll see you guys for now in the dungeons.
Oh, my mind is astray.